What is up, you guys? It is Devin from J Seating Hobby, and I can't hardly contain myself because today I get to take a look at the Four Horsemen Krampus figure. Very old figure at this point in action figure years. Being a year old, you might as well be an antique at this point. But this figure is awesome, and it is the Christmas season, so I think there's no better time than to talk about this figure right here. It's not a Mythic Legions figure. This is part of Four Horsemen, branching out into some other realms and things, but there's nothing to say that your Krampus cannot play with your Mythic Legions guys, or even your Cosmic Legions guys. There's some naughty people in space. He does have some lore on the back of it, so if you don't know who Krampus is, I think Krampus as a character has really come a super long way, because I remember being in high school. I'm 25 for record. I remember being in high school and people were like, have you ever heard about Krampus? And it was a little bit before the Krampus movie came out, and I had not heard of Krampus. So then somebody explained it to me, and I'm like, that is the coolest thing ever. We got stuck with Santa Claus when other people got Krampus. Krampus is told of in hushed whispers, for to say his name aloud invites his attention. The people of the frozen mountains know that this devil haunts them during the winter festival, while the good folk celebrate to drive away the chill and darkness of the season. Krampus seeks out the wicked, especially children, for his punishment. Any he judges unworthy are whipped with birch reeds, locked in shackles, and stuffed in his basket. He takes these children away, perhaps to his lair, though some legends say to the underworld itself, never to be seen again. If you see the shadow of a horned figure, or hear the discordant jingling of iron bells, take care. Krampus seeks fresh prey. Yeah, this figure's awesome. Let's open this thing up. All right, so here we are with Krampus out of the box. Is it Krampus? 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 I'm going to call him Krampus, but I understand that there are different ways to pronounce this name. We'll go over accessories and stuff in a second. He came out of the box, and I discovered this really cool thing he comes with. So you get the box itself, you know, that he comes in, which has a kind of a cool winter aesthetic to it. The, you know, icy mountains and stuff. But what's really cool is this little thing that comes around the box. See, it's like a little booklet. Actually has a backdrop that you can put him in, and I think that looks pretty swell, actually, especially if you look at it like that. That's super cool, and it's like a quality cardstock. I might even just leave that up, honest. Nah. Just know that it comes with it, but we will look at the figure with the white backdrop so we can kind of get the full picture here. So for accessories, Krampus comes with this little wicker basket. It's got a loop on it so that you can like fasten it to his back. This is obviously what he would carry the children off in. There is a lid to it, which I have misplaced. So I am the worst toy reviewer on the internet, honestly. I forgot the little wicker lid, because full disclosure, this is actually my Krampus from home. This is the sealed one. And I have a couple more lying around here as well. So wicker basket with a lid. He's got these shackles. Let's see here. There is like a separation in the link, so you can put that on figures. You could put these on Mythic Legions. You could put these on Hasbro people. These shackles work for anything. They kind of remind me of the NECA Frankenstein shackles, but these are a little bit higher quality. And I think this chain might actually be metal, so that's kind of nice. So yeah, he's got those. He comes with two skulls. This one has a hinge in the jaw. This one does not. I've got a bone to pick with you. So, very cool stuff. Put that over there. And he also comes with jingle bells. The clanging of iron bells signifies his arrival. Very cool. And the coolest accessory, I think, is his most iconic, and that is the birch reeds, the bundle of birch reeds that he uses to whip kids when they've been bad. Terrifying, honestly. The tail did come separate, and I had to heat that up with a heat gun in order to attach it on there, but once you get it on there, you get nice full range of movement out of it, so that's very cool. And yeah, let's take the birch reeds out of his hand and examine those a little bit. Lay Krampus down. They're like not firm enough that they're gonna break real easy. They kind of have a little bit of give to them. They feel like real birch reeds though, so that's nice. And yeah, they're bundled together by that little tape there. And then
yeah, pretty self-explanatory. That's about the only weapon he comes with. So if he's going up against like your Baron Voligar or something, Baron will have a significant advantage. Unless, of course, Krampus can like regrow his head after it's been cut off or something. That is an interesting dilemma to think about. So let's get a look at that gnarly face here. Disgusting yellow teeth, terrifying red eyes. He's got little beard. Very cool horns. Kind of reminds me of the Mythic Legions figure that was like the devil, like Mephitor, or maybe I'm confusing that with somebody else, but there was a Mythic Legions that was like a red devil looking guy, and he had really cool horns like this. But he was not Krampus, and he was not Christmas themed. So, pretty standard, just kind of black body, but Krampus has been hitting the gym. Look at these biceps, look at these abs, great back, full flowing mane of hair. It's just like a definitive looking Krampus figure, honestly. Like you look at it and you instantly know who it is, which is really all it needs to do. And he does have his iconic hooves. He is a goat. It's my hooves! Look at my hooves! And he's got kind of like armor on them, which is cool. I'm just sitting here admiring this figure, honestly. I feel like I have nothing to add other than just to be like, look at this figure, isn't it sick? Because it is. I love the like pelt that he's got on the crotch area with those little like rings. You can just really feel like if this guy was tromping around in the snow, you'd be hearing, you know. Is that doing it for you? So yeah, let's get into articulation real quick, because I've already established that there's just beautiful detail and paintwork all around. So for articulation, he does have a ball joint on his head. So really anywhere you need him to look, he can look. He can look down, he can look up, he can look to the side. We're all set on that department. For shoulders, he's got a pretty good range of movement there. Obviously goes all the way around. And yeah, great hinge out, so he can wind up with them birch reeds. He has a bend at the elbow, a swivel at the elbow. He's got a forearm swivel. He's got a hinge at the wrist and a swivel at the wrist. Hands are pretty firm, but when I heated them up, it was a lot easier to get this in his hand, so I didn't really have any issues in that department. Some mythics I have had difficulty trying to get them to hold their accessories, but him, not so. And obviously other arm, same thing. He does have a ball joint in the waist. He's got pretty high range of motion in the legs, too, so that's very cool. And it goes back pretty far. He's got a bend at the knee. Not anything crazy, but I mean, it does everything you're gonna need a Krampus to do. How many dynamic knee poses does he really need? He does also have a thigh swivel, so you can do that with him. Does he have? Yes, he does. He's got a swivel at the knee as well. And then for the ankle, he's got a hinge at the hoof. I guess that'd still be his ankle, but he's got, for his feet, he has hooves. And he's got a hinge at the hoof, and he's got a pivot at the hoof. Hoof pivot. So, for size comparison, we have here the McFarlane DC Multiverse Polka Dot Man from the Suicide Squad. And here we have the Marvel Legends Captain Carter. How about a Slaughter's Marauders Sergeant Slaughter? Or a matchup that would be a match made in Christmas hell, the Part 7 Ultimate Jason Voorhees from NECA. Well, that's about going to do it for me today. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me and Krampus. I give this figure a super high recommendation. If you want to pick him up yourself, you can go get him at jseatinghobby.com. Link is in the description below. I'd probably say he's my favorite Four Horsemen figure that I've got my hands on yet. I'm going to have to see that Headless Horseman, though, to see if he keeps that top spot. Other than that, that's about going to do it for me. I hope you guys have a very Merry Christmas. Like, comment, share, subscribe, do all the stuff, or don't. I hope to see you guys next time either way.